Things are the way that they are. It's your reaction to them. That's the issue. It's your relationship to them. It's you needing people, places, and things, life, to be a certain way. It's you thinking that you know better than the intelligence that created all of this how things should be. Isn't that a bit grandiose of you? How many times has the most difficult circumstances been some of the best things you've ever experienced in your life? Best by saying, what I mean by best is that really moved you to a more clear place, moved you to a more clear seeing. You look back at that point in your life and you go, man, that really was terrible, but look at where I moved from there. As you go on this path, you begin to listen to the whispers. You begin to hear the messages in their subtle form. Because what the universe has to do, if you're not listening, is turn the volume up. And you don't want that.
Sometimes it's a good...
Mike?
Sometimes the universe turns the volume up in the most wonderful ways and keeps bringing it to you, keeps dropping it in your lap. Because if you're not paying attention, sometimes it keeps coming.
Yeah, I mean, that happens too. It's not all suffering, thank goodness, right? But really it's just kind of how you be with things is the only thing that matters. We really think that we suffer our circumstances, but we really don't. We suffer our internal reactions to these circumstances. And when pain arises in us, it takes us over.
This is like a half question, half. So, are you proposing then, or teaching us, I guess, that meditation is the way to separate these two things? And I'll give you a little.
What two things?
Well,
Let me stop you.
I understand exactly what you're saying in this sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Sherry's house burned down.
Mm-hmm.
I could understand that she's in pain, and this is all, but I wouldn't feel that.
Right.
But if my house burned down, it would be a total disaster.
Yeah. Right.
I can't separate from that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying I should be able to separate from that pain the way I never was connected to.
Well, first of all, don't ever should on yourself here.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, all right.
All right.
Okay.
Should is a very shaming word, and there's nothing that you should do. So
All right.
to leave that, it's could and would. Okay. More of what I'm saying is that, like, if it's someone outside of you that something happens to that you don't have a direct connection to, you don't get that pain usually. You don't get that, like, shock, What I'm saying is that even when the pain and the shock is there, you're the one observing it. So it can still be there, right? But the awareness is unaffected by it. So in the case where you're looking at someone else, there's really just no pain there for you to deal with,
Okay.
right?
All right.
So there's just no pain for you to deal with. And so that's easy, right? What I'm saying is that when the pain is there for you to deal with, you know what I mean? That you just watch it. That you don't let it affect you. That you realize that it's just a sensation and that you don't need it to motivate you. You may be able to use it, as a compass, you know what I mean? To guide yourself through your own mind. You know what I mean? To see what your own mind is creating for you. Because the strange part about this is that you are creating this for you. No one is creating it for you. This is why I've spent my whole life studying the mind. Well, my whole adult life. Studying the mind. Because your world is your mind. Your mind is your world. Period. It's the most important thing. It's the only thing. what happens is happening karmically. There's a karmic unfolding. Everything is interrelated, right? And everything affects everything. And it's just kind of, life is just kind of unfolding. And karma is so complex. Don't bother trying to figure it out. Mere mortals can't figure it out. But what's happening is happening. And the only thing that matters is what happens inside you in the face of what's happening. That's the only thing that matters. That's what makes it either a desirable or undesirable experience.